What makes a tough idol like Jimin shed tears in the middle of his mandatory military duty? Why does Jungkook, his best friend and group mate in BTS, seem to lose his composure, even to the point of reportedly not returning to the military room at night? This issue sparked curiosity as well as deep concern for their fans around the world. When rumors about Jimin's mother falling began to circulate, fans and media around the world were immediately drawn to BTS and their condition while serving in the military. For an active duty soldier, a family emergency is something that could provide for certain exceptions, but how this applies to Jimin, a celebrity who has always been under the public spotlight, is a question that causes controversy. At first, sources in the entertainment industry mentioned that Jimin seemed demoralized and held back his emotions throughout the day. However, when the break came and he did not return to his military chambers, many questioned his condition. What made Jimin leave his job for a while? Why did he look so fragile, to tears in front of his military colleagues? Jimin's emotional state is compounded by the presence of Jungkook, who appears to be more than just a supportive friend. Jungkook reportedly came with a tense and somber facial expression, even in the midst of his own military duties. The two idols have been known to have a close relationship since their debut, and Jungkook's emotional reaction of seeming anger and loss of control made the situation even deeper and more controversial. Fans are wondering, what prompted Jungkook to take a risk in the military for the sake of his best friend? Does Jungkook feel that the military lacks support for Jimin in this difficult situation? Of course, in the midst of explosive emotions, the public still expects official clarification from the HYB and the military. To date, neither the agency nor the military has given a statement, so speculation continues to grow, and fans around the world continue to look for clues and hope that this situation will soon find a bright spot. When news of Jimin and Jungkook's absence from the military chambers spread, this immediately raised many question marks among the public. Under South Korea's conscription rules, all servicemen are required to follow a strict schedule, including returning to the military chambers at a predetermined hour. However, Jimin and Jungkook reportedly did not return to the room that night. This incident made fans and the public wonder, what exactly is going on? According to some sources close to the situation, Jimin's absence is strongly suspected to be related to the mother's health condition, which is reportedly deteriorating. Knowing this condition, Jimin may have asked for special permission to be with his family, although there has been no official confirmation of whether the military would formally allow it. The fact that Jimin is very close to his mother, who for many years has been a great support in his life and career, could explain the urgency he feels to be by his family's side. However, the presence of Jungkook, who also did not return to his military room that night, added to the complexity of the situation. Unofficial sources report that Jungkook, who saw his best friend in emotional distress, may have felt compelled to stand by him. Jungkook is known as a protective figure for his friends in BTS, and his involvement in this moment could be a form of solidarity with Jimin in the midst of difficult times. However, this decision not to return to the military chamber could be a controversial issue as it is considered a violation of the strict discipline expected of the soldiers. This is where the big question arises. Are they granted a special permit that allows this absenteeism? If so, is this reason considered urgent enough by the military? For regular servicemen, requests for permission for personal reasons are very rarely granted except in proven family emergencies. The fact that Jimin and Jungkook are famous celebrities whose every step is always monitored makes this situation a highlight. Many felt sympathy for Jimin and Jungkook's plight, but others questioned whether their fame might have given them certain privileges. With all these speculations, many fans expected official clarification both from the military and from HYB. However, until now, there has been no direct confirmation of the two. Their absence in the military chambers remains a mystery involving sympathy, controversy, and the big question of how military rules apply to a celebrity in a time of family emergency. For Jimin, the state of his family is a top priority, but this time the situation is more complicated and far from just an ordinary dilemma. Conscription brought heavy physical and emotional stress, but the news of his mother's declining health seemed to place an even greater psychological burden. How could a son who loved his mother so much serve the country wholeheartedly when his family was in critical times? This question haunts his fans, and not a few who feel concerned about Jimin's mental condition at this time. However, serving in the military is also a big responsibility in South Korea, especially for a public figure like Jimin. Leaving duty, even temporarily, is not a decision taken easily, given the strictness of military rules that oblige full observance of schedules and regulations. There is no priority over state duty, except in very urgent cases or family emergencies. In this position, Jimin is between two equally important obligations: his service as a military soldier and his care for the family he loves. The decision to leave the military chambers, or even simply ask permission, is an action considered exceptional in a highly structured and disciplined environment such as the military. Jimin must face this challenge with a calm mind and a strong heart. Although no doubt this pressure will affect his emotional decision to leave the military chambers, or even simply ask permission, is an action considered exceptional in a highly structured and disciplined environment such as the military. Jimin must face this challenge with a calm mind and a strong heart, although no doubt this pressure will affect his emotional health. In addition, the absence of an official statement from the military or HYB's agency further adds to the uncertainty, fueling speculation among fans who hope that Jimin can be given the opportunity to put his family first without further pressure. Jungkook, who is known to be quiet and patient, shows emotional reactions that are rarely seen. What made him so upset and angry? Unofficial sources suggest that Jungkook's emotions made Jungkook, who is known to be quiet and patient, shows emotional reactions that are rarely seen. What made him so upset and angry? Unofficial sources suggest that Jungkook's emotions may have been triggered by Jimin's seemingly devastated and mentally exhausted condition. It is alleged that Jungkook, who trained with Jimin since childhood and grew up with him, felt the same emotional burden when his best friend was in this situation. Was his absence in the military chamber purely to accompany Jimin, or was there a deeper personal reason that had yet to be revealed? For Jungkook, Jimin is not just a partner in BTS. He is a big brother and a close friend who is always there for him. From his trainee days to BTS worldwide popularity, Jimin has always looked after and supported Jungkook, creating a very strong bond of brotherhood. Seeing his best friend in such a difficult situation without beef for Jungkook, Jimin is not just a partner in BTS. He is a big brother and a close friend who is always there for him. From his trainee days to BTS worldwide popularity, Jimin has always looked after and supported Jungkook, creating a very strong bond of brotherhood. Seeing his best friend in such a difficult situation without being able to provide full assistance may be the reason why Jungkook can't hold back his emotions. However, why is anger the main reaction? Is there something that is not working as expected, or maybe certain parties are making the situation even more difficult for Jimin? As the news spread, BTS fans from around the world thronged social media with support and prayers for Jimin's mother as well as strength for Jimin and Jungkook. Hashtags such as #StayStrongJimin and #WeAreWithYouJungkook are trending, showing tremendous global solidarity. The fans hope that Jimin and Jungkook are given leeway to deal with this situation without as the news spread. BTS fans from around the world thronged social media with support and prayers for Jimin's mother as well as strength for Jimin and Jungkook. Hashtags such as #StayStrongJimin and #WeAreWithYouJungkook are trending, showing tremendous global solidarity. The fans hope that Jimin and Jungkook are given leeway to deal with this situation without additional pressure. They also voiced for the military and management to provide